Hello and welcome to the 2024 Southland Baseball season previews. And I'm joined right now by Head Coach Scott Malone and Chance Reisdorph of Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. Coach, Chance, thanks for talking to us today. How are you guys doing?
Great to be here. It's baseball season. Here we go.
Yep, excited about it.
Indeed, it is baseball season, and we're really excited to have you guys with us. So, Coach, I want to just start with kind of looking back at 2023 a little bit, and obviously a really tough ending for you guys in that play-in game in the tournament. And it's the nature of the bracket, right? But it's definitely the sort of thing where I'm sure you felt like there was another game or two out there for you. So, as you look back at 2023, what were your kind of thoughts and feelings on that season on the whole, and how does that inform your mood for 2024?
Man, you hit the nail on the head. I was just speaking with another head coach in our league, and he brought that up about, we were just talking about how the fine line between winning and losing, and, whether you're the 2 seed or the 5 seed or the 7 seed. And, he brought up that going into the last day of the regular season, we were actually playing for second, and we ended up losing, and it kicked us all the way down into the play-in game. And then you draw McNeese State on the road at their home field against arguably, if not the best pitcher in the league, one of the best, and just a really, and again, it's baseball, it's sports. We got to find a way to win, but it was a tough draw for us for a 1-game shot to get into the tournament, and we came up a little bit short, and it does leave you wondering, man, if we could have won one more conference game. Now, all of a sudden, we're the 2 seed. Does that tournament go different? But it just reminds you got to get better. It just reminds you there's work to be done, and we got to get these guys ready to go.
And Chance, similarly for you, the memory of that, does that spur you on and this team in terms of trying to have greater aspirations here in 2024?
Absolutely. I mean, this whole fall and the plan we've had since last year has been just getting better, take it one step at a time, just working on what, the things we didn't do well last year and keep getting better. I can definitely, the team is locked in on winning, and, we're just excited for the season, and just building off what we had good last year and fixing things that we struggled with last year as well.
So, Chance, take us behind the curtain a little bit and tell us a little bit about what preseason is like with Coach Malone. How does it go? How intense is it? What does your preseason look like down there in Corpus Christi?
Well, there is intensity with it. Coach Malone, does a great job of keeping the team together. What guys are doing well, what guys need, have something to work with. Our assistant coaches, Coach Parker, Coach Ruiz, are really on us to, keep working hard, and they don't let us take a day off. So I think we got a big group of hard workers, a bunch of working guys, and I'm excited to see, that pay off this year.
Coach, I saw you smiling. Is that accurate? Is that a fair estimation?
What I thought Chance was going to say is now Coach Malone gets to be the nice guy. My assistant coaches, my staff turned over. Now this is year 2 for a new coaching staff. Those guys are the junkyard dogs at practice that bark a lot and kind of set the tone and the tempo and really get after these guys and push us to work. And they've kind of created, and I'm probably exaggerating, but a little bit of a CEO role for me. I kind of I can walk around practice the whole day and kind of go talk to some of the outfielders and then go talk to some of our bullpen arms and just kind of make the rounds. So either I'm getting older or I'm getting nicer, one or the other.
Well, I certainly wouldn't answer that myself. What I would say is that obviously you've been at A&M-Corpus Christi for a number of years now, and you've seen, a transition within the Southland in many different ways. So I wanted to kind of just get your take on what you think the league looks like right now. Obviously, you said yourself playing for second on the last day of the regular season and end up in the play-in game, which suggests a lot of parity in the league. But how would you determine kind of the strengths of Southland baseball right now?
Everybody's so good. I feel like I've been saying for years, and I'm not even sure how it comes across when I say it this way, but I think it's a fact. I don't think the Southland's built on number 1 and number 2. Some leagues are built on, hey, this is our best team, and that's kind of it. I think the Southland sometimes is built on 4, 5, 6, 7. You go back and look at, when we get going in the meat of the schedule and what this league does on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at LSU, at Arkansas, at Vanderbilt, at Texas, at A&M, I don't think any of those guys take a Southland Conference foe lightly. And again, I don't think I've been in this league a long time. It's not team 1 and team 2. It's team 5, 6, 7, and 8. Anybody in this league will beat you. And I think that's our calling card. But I think it makes my job harder. Just very rarely do I think there's a bottom to our league. Everybody works so hard. Everybody is so talented and so good at what they do. And I think because of the region we live in, Texas, Louisiana, this league's able to collect talented baseball players and really put together talented, good teams that can beat anybody on any night.
And Chance, yourself, a Texas boy from New Braunfels, not too far away from Corpus Christi overall. Coach is obviously talking about the rich talent within that region. When you look around that locker room, is that the feeling that you have, that you guys really do have enough talent to win the Southland this year?
Absolutely. I have no doubt about that. The group of guys we have around us are talented baseball players, that's for sure. But along with that, I mean, I'm with a group of guys that love to work, and putting in the work is just as important as the talent. And, the talent speaks for itself, but the hard work that you don't see, will hopefully pay off long-term. And I definitely think this is the right group of guys.
You had a great individual season last year with, averaging over a hit per game and leading this team in a number of ways. And as you now step into kind of that junior leadership role, how do you feel about bringing a team together when there is so much change year on year between one roster to the next?
That's a good question. Frankly, it's just been about making sure that everybody likes to be on the baseball field together. I mean, that's key. And that's something that I've, through high school, growing up, just any team I've been a part of, the teams that I've been on that have done well and I've been successful, just like being out there. If you feel like you're playing for the guy that's next to you and not for just yourself, you're going to want to do better. So just being out there and enjoying playing with that group of guys has been my primary goal. I mean, I didn't see myself being as a leader, and I kind of just took that spot on. And then from that point forward, I just focused that it was a family more than it was a team.
Coach, it's awesome to hear, Chance describe the team as a family. That's so important in building that camaraderie. And obviously, so much of that comes down to recruiting and the players that you put inside your locker room. So what kind of characteristics or intangibles do you look for when you're trying to recruit the next class of Islanders?
I think my staff, and I'm going to talk about those guys, they're the ones out in the weeds, finding that next player, finding that next shortstop, center fielder, pitcher, whatever it is. But it's been a very concentrated effort on character, blue collar, leaders, unselfish. And I would even a little more big picture, and you touched on it with your last question with Chance, but I think I've always thought a great team was based on 2 or 3 great leaders, and we've kind of taken on a little different spin on that, and some stuff that we've gotten from like Navy SEAL training. It's kind of about like the 5th follower, the 10th follower. It's about getting this long line of people on a team that want to follow, that want to do things a certain way. And it's not just 1 or 2 guys at the top doing it, but it's 10, 15, 20 guys that want to get in and be a part of something and get their hands dirty. And I think we've really done that now. This team is as unselfish as just they come out and work early every day. Don't have to ask them to, like they want to be around each other. They want to be at the park. And I think, you can't snap your fingers and win game 1 or game 3. I think good things will happen for this group over time because they all put so much time in and work. I think good things are going to happen.
And Coach, you kind of alluded to depth being necessary there within the roster. And equally, we know that's the case on the mound, in the bullpen, on the pitching staff as well. So as you look at your pitching staff right now, where's your confidence level with them going into 2024?
Man, you're going to get me being overly confident. I feel like our pitching right now is driving the ship. You know, those guys are leading the way, and our January scrimmages, they've really set the tone. And again, very designed. That was the premise of last year, building this roster. How do we spend our scholarship money? We're going to go spend it on pitching, and a very specific strike throwers and winners. Guys that have pitched in junior college, won a lot, pitched in the postseason. You know, you look at our guys' JUCO stats, it's 60 strikeouts, 10 walks, 55 strikeouts, 8 walks. Like, we have built a team of strike throwers. And in turn, now we got to go play defense. You know, we're going to pitch those strikes. We got to go defend the team. So I love where our pitching is. Again, I say that softly, but you know, that's how you want to build a team. And I feel good about where we are, you know, 7 or 8 days out from game one. I think these pitchers are going to set the tone and lead the way for us to have a big season.
And Chance, obviously, on the other side of the ball with your offense, when you look up and down that lineup, how do you feel about the strength of your hitting this year?
I'm excited about it because I know that the bats are going to be there. We're going to be able to hit the ball. And, you know, we've started showing that in the January scrimmages. We've been swinging the bat well, but even on days when scoring runs is not in your favor with the wind blowing in, or, you know, you're facing a good arm, I think our team can just scrap runs together. We can put down the drag bunt. We can move a guy over. We can hit and run. I think we're able to get the job done and then just get runs in unconventionally. And I do think we'll be able to swing the bat well, but, you know, finding a way to score runs without just slugging the ball all over the park is extremely important.
And Coach touched upon it earlier, Chance, in terms of this league playing other conferences, and there's a number of Power 5 names on your schedule. So do those kind of games get you excited to test yourself against that kind of competition?
I mean, absolutely. Everybody would be excited to get in there against a big school, but you know, from my assistant coach, Coach Parker's perspective, he'll always say that every game is just worth one. So I take it day by day, and just know that, you know, it's one game at a time. And so as long the only person we're playing is ourselves, you know, that's the only game we're trying to compete with. It's just, are we going to perform the best we can that day? And that's all that really matters. You know, we just know that our work's paid off, you know, give it everything we got out there on the field, and let it, you know, play out itself.
And just lastly, Chance, just to have a little fun with me, we always like to end on a slightly outside the box question. So you and Coach seem to have a very good relationship. If Coach wasn't a baseball coach, what occupation do you think Scott Malone would have?
The right answer would be nothing, but he's a baseball coach. But I don't know, I can see him in sales. He could sell a topic pretty good. Like, you know, talks well. I thought
for sure Chance was going to say food critic. All we talk about is food.
I know, but
we talk about lunch every day, breakfast every day. I thought for sure. But food critic, chef.
But you can be picky though.
There was so, and I know I've had some great food down there in Corpus Christi. So, Coach, next time we're in town, you're the first person I'm calling to get the recommendations for where to go for dinner that night. Coach Chance, thank you so much for talking to us. This has been great. We'll wish you nothing but the best of luck for 2024, and we can't wait to see you guys back out there very soon.
Thanks for having us. We'll see all the Southland baseball fans at the field soon.
Thank you.